So many bruises on those arms. Hey, Mo. Yeah. Ask Sam if they have long sleeve. Because that short sleeve ain't covering the arms. I'm getting bruises all over. They're healing, though. What's up, everybody? Hey, guys. Hello. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello. We are rocking and rolling. Mo, go for another one on X. Also text the Gigas. See if they want to jump on there. Whew. Mary. Hello, Mary. Mary, you've got to have done this, Mary. Will you send me, if you did, or even past shots of the pups in costumes. So this cat right here, let me just keep that name up there right now. Lucas, one of these guys, this cat here has been working with me for a while, but then he jumped over to one-on-ones with me, and just what an amazing person to work with. He is one of those like Bryce or these others that I tell him what to do, and there's no debate, there's no nothing. He goes, he does it. And what's great about this too is I just want to keep his name on there because he does his own research after I give him, hey, I want to do this. Then he'll go to the research and go, okay, now why did he change it in this way? Why did he change it? So it's really cool. I like clients that, first of all, apply what I tell them to do in the situation. And then that final product of them really shows that we are working together, and it's really, really getting to that level. So we put size on this kid, we put shape on this kid, and we put some strength on this kid where he's setting some great PRs for himself. On top of that, he's a father, and the kids are watching him do this stuff, and also has a hottie. What do they call him? A baddie?
Yeah,
little baddie with a booty, who just crushed it too, and got in shape. First show, if I am correct. So it's cool to see that it's paid forward, not just from me working with him, but from him showing his girl and his friends and so on and so forth. So big props to him doing that. Dubai, hello. Yes, I'm coming back out to Dubai. I think it's November. Also, we have another trip in February. So I will be out in Dubai. For anybody that's out there in Dubai, I will see you guys soon. And let's get some workouts when I'm in Dubai for you guys. All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you about the Q&A. Hello. It's a cool vintage looking shot.
Like I just took down the ounces of water divided by my weight.
Okay. Okay. Great job. Hey, Momo, how's that water coming? All right. Mary, you're the same, kid. You're in there. You're doing it. Mary's another person I have been able to suggest and work with. Thanks so much. So again, and she's also a dog person, and probably by far has given me like the most amazing birthday gifts through the years. Amazing. Yes, better than what Mona gave me. I'm not going to say that, but yeah.
Is snatch grip deadlift more superior than conventional and sumo deadlifts for lats and overall thicker back, like Chinese weight?
Is snatch grip deadlifts? I think snatch grip deadlifts. My belief is that I love snatch grip deadlifts, and I think they're great for athletes, especially you athletes. If you're doing snatches or cleans, great exercise. Is it better for development? That's an explosion movement, so it wouldn't be better for development. Development would come off more of a squeeze, a work through compared to a body motion. Working off of explosion and speed. Does that make sense to you guys? So the guy that can squat with control and move through it as he's flexing it is going to get a better developed leg using 225, 315 compared to the power lifter that's squatting 600 explosion wise. And I've talked about this numerous times in the past. That's the great thing about weightlifting is it really is a connection to the muscle. And then what do you want to do with it? All right. So again, power lifters, tons of them, thousands of them don't have great developed bodies, but they move a lot more weight than the bodybuilder. But the bodybuilder has a complete physique on the majority. The majority should have, especially at the pro level. They all do, right? But at the pro level of powerlifting, they don't all have the greatest physiques. So it's the connection. One is speed and explosion, and the other one is connection and slow and controlled and flexing through the exercise. Now, in my belief, and that's why I do power bodybuilding, I think you should do the combination of both. At times you're just powerlifting, at times you're just bodybuilding, but it's the correlation of both during the workout. So
they're starting to do what you said they should do. The people are entering that competition in the open class against CBum. So the latest guy was the current 212 Olympia. He said, I'm going to go there.
Wow, smart. I said this. So CBum is doing open bodybuilding at the Dubai show. And I said to the team here, I said, brilliant for his thing. And then for every other pro bodybuilder, smartest thing they could do, disregard the title of the show, disregard the, I understand they want to be on the Olympia stage. They want to do this. They want to do that. Be next to CBum on whatever stage he's on, because those photos are going to live for decades and decades and decades. And that's where you want to do. You want to do the competition against the guy that's really setting the standard. That's my belief. And it's great to see these guys doing exactly what I said they should do if they have a smart manager or they're themselves are intelligent enough to understand bodybuilding titles are great, but it's who you're on stage with, who you compete. I think about it. Yeah. So yeah, we stop there, but it's great that that's coming through fruition. And I'm glad the bodybuilding world is now catching up to some of the things I've talked about. Like I called it, Samson was going to win the Olympia a month before the Olympia. Everybody else was talking about other guys. And I was like, I think Samson should win. And there we go. The judge saw it my way because that's a beautiful physique. It's a beautiful art piece. Look at that. Look at that.
And just the pops up as Titan crew members wearing Titan crew apparel.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I love it. I love it. Send me that. Send me that so I can post that up. All right.
How do you beat a plateau?
I'll just listen. Plateaus. Everybody's going to go through a plateau, but you're set up already to go through that plateau. So you can change that nutrition again. So you're getting more calories. That's going to help you get stronger. You're going to set up in that workout to where you pull away from those the workout you're doing, right? So you put it in the partials. Maybe you've plateaued on that squat. So you put in some safety bar squats. You put in some extra hamstring work. You put in some depth squats or over exaggerated squats. Work on those to come back and then smash that PRs in that plateau. All right. But you're always thinking about that too. So you set up your program, right? Program is set. Now you always got to be thinking about the chest move, 3 moves ahead. Okay. The body will plateau. Your body will shut down. That's a given. So you're already thinking when it happens, here's my changes. All right. So go to it, get to it. And that's just another way that you'll understand as you continue to do this art form of bodybuilding and powerlifting. Great question, though.
What drives you to be better?
I got one life. How do you not? How do you not? We got one time at this, guys. How do you not just go freaking balls to the wall on this stuff? Well, will you do me a favor? Will some of you answer that question? Throw that question back up there. Will you some of you guys answer those questions? I'd love to put this on my YouTubes and just see some of your guys's what wakes you. And please, I'll definitely do a video on this, but don't say it's to motivate others and to become famous or to make money. If that's the reason you wake up to get better, that's not going to maintain it. You want to get up and get better because you're a freaking, you got one life. That's it. Keanu Reeves said something that was so beautiful. And I love the fact that he said it and the interviewer tried to minimize it in a nice way. He says, I'm getting up there. I'm older, so I've been thinking about death. And the interviewer says, "Oh, you're still young." And he goes, "Well, it's not that. It's the point of knowing that we have one go around and that you should push it and you should enjoy it." And again, I know that I've said this 100 times. Try to live in the moment as best you possibly can, and what that battle is today. So I love him. I think everybody does, right? He must be the most loved person in the world. We were also talking about him on set the other day. Just what a great cat he is. I got to do some fun filming with Lou Ferrigno, my old training partner, the other day. You guys will be able to see this in another year, but it was just great to reunite with Lou, and it just got me to thinking about that young kid that watched, the Incredible Hulk, and then I got to train with him for over a decade, and then, now both in the same movie. So that was surreal, I guess you would say. That kind of stuff never gets old. Hey guys, I gotta jump out of here. We'll stay here, but I gotta bring in somebody. Somebody handsome just showed up here. For some reason, I don't know if he's in costume or not, because if he's not in costume, we're just gonna hang up on him. Oh, okay.
Storm Shadow, baby. Got
Now-
my sword over there, ready to go, assassinate some people.
Am I correct in Storm Shadow is the son that got kicked out of the family, right?
That's
Or
correct.
left the family?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay, and then
That's
the
who
other
he
one
was.
is Snake Eyes.
Yep. Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe, and obviously, with Storm Shadow, he's evil. So
Is he though?
he's not evil. He's really
He's
not
misunderstood.
evil. especially in that story. This is true. It's just everybody's got their own version and everybody's got their own perception. So yeah, I guess anybody could be. The old saying. What was that saying? It was in Dark Knight. It was like live long enough to see yourself be the hero, or no, live.
Oh, there's a
How does
great
it-
quote.
That was a great quote, man. I always say it too. It's a
There's
really
a
good one.
quote that they took that from, or I think they took it from. Live long enough to where you see so much violence that you become violent.
You either die a
Yes.
hero or you live long enough to see
To
yourself.
see yourself be
Just-
the villain.
Here it is. Ready, Jeffrey?
He's
Read
good.
that one for us.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yep. Christopher Nolan's brother wrote that. You know that? Christopher Nolan was mad that his brother wrote that because he says the best line. He didn't think it was going to be the best line in the movie.
Small world. Six degrees of separation. The guy I was with the other day just had dinner with Chris Nolan.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't just him though. It was who did Platoon?
Sheen.
No. Who was
Yeah.
who was the director of Platoon?
Oh,
Coppola.
no. He
Oliver
did
Stone.
Apocalypse.
Oliver Stone.
Yeah, Oliver Stone. Yeah.
Al Pacino, and Chris Nolan was with
Oh,
Alex.
wow. That's crazy.
So Alex is the director and producer of this next movie I'm doing.
Nice.
But
That's
skip
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
Johnny.
How you doing, man? Happy Halloween.
I'm in it. I'm in.
I know.
You remember
I
these
know.
days when your kid
I
is
do.
like 5 years old, Christmas. I'm a Christmas. You guys, you don't know.
Dude.
Christmas tree's going up later today. I love Christmas, and now to have my own son, at this age,
Yeah.
I'm going to live in this moment. And then we're playing dress up every single day.
Yeah. Super cool, man. Definitely remember doing this with Peter. And obviously him wanting to put on his costumes all the time before Halloween came. And, I'd always dress up with him, go trick-or-treating. I took him trick-or-treating like his first, before he was 1. I think we started going in costumes. So super cool to do. I just dressed up here in like 3 different outfits. I had this on. I had 2 different Spider-Man outfits on. Did some content, some cool stuff. But yeah, I love Halloween. I love Christmas. Obviously, probably my 2 favorite holidays too as well. But I think it's really cool. Everybody gets to dress up, especially when you have kids. When you have kids, their minds are so open still and have so much imagination, and it's awesome because as you get older, you lose that. You try not to. But, you have to deal with serious things, real world things and responsibilities. And sometimes things go good and sometimes things go bad. And you have to deal with it either way. So that kind of thing takes it away from them a little bit. But, yeah, man, kids, I love seeing kids dress up and do this. So, it's crazy. So no costumes. You're not allowed at Hollow Scream, which is Busch Gardens. No Universal. No costumes. Not masks. I can understand masks. But even schools, they put out this big thing, no costumes whatsoever.
I'm confused.
I'm like, I remember going to school and wearing a costume, right? Like it was kind of cool. Like that one day, like you dress up, or you can do whatever you want.
I'm really confused. You have to hold me for a second. I'm confused because didn't they just say a couple years ago you have to wear a mask?
Yeah, that's the thing.
So,
all that's
trying to
taken
figure
back
this
now.
out, guys. just trying to figure out who's in charge of thisness.
Man, that and the vaccinations and all, it's just that's a whole different story. But
did I go?
But yeah, so
there?
No, you didn't. No, you're right on. It's so true. You know what's funny though is when I went on the West Coast, like to Vegas and stuff like that for the Olympia, you see more people than ever on the West Coast still wearing masks. I see people still wearing masks over there. Usually in Florida, I really don't see it too much. I'll see it every so often where I see people still driving with masks on. And I'm just like,
Kai. So I had a beautiful conversation with Kai Green in Dubai. So we were thinking he was still up in New York.
Yeah.
And Kai is just a lovely human. Just a lovely. He will forever be, and it's a great way to live, a child as he ages. He's just a beautiful soul and open and loving. So he goes from New York down to Florida to do an appearance, and it was during that crazy time. And they got off the plane and they're wearing masks, him and his filmographers and stuff. And they're walking around. Nobody in Florida has anything on. And everybody's looking at him. And he's like, it was like 2 different nations.
Oh, big time.
And so he moved down. Just so you know,
Yeah.
he moved down to Florida.
Yeah.
So
honestly, man, if you live in any of those states, they might have some nice benefits and stuff like that here or there. Maybe the weather, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Those states suck. And it really, people, when they do move to Florida or even Texas, they're just like, oh man, it's a whole new world, right? Like there's a lot, even money wise, like there's no income tax, like as far as that goes. So at that point, like, or state tax, so you're not getting by the state. So you're saving a lot of money on that point, just on that end alone.
Mo, pack up the house. Let's go.
No. Save money, right? I mean, you kill it. Property wise, you kill it wise. I mean, it's a whole different world. And I see all these people moving to either Nevada, like the movie stars, right? Because they want to be close to LA, but they don't want to live in LA.
Tennessee, Florida, and Vegas. They all just got out of here.
Yep.
I want to jump back for a second because we talked about in life, things happen and you get pretty distracted mentally. And Jeff, remind us as we're going, because somebody asked a question. They said, if I'm correct, how do you keep working to be better? Is that similar? It was like, how do you wake up wanting to be better every day? How do you do that? And I had my answer. And there you go.
What drives you to be better?
And my answer was pretty simple. Does Big Johnny have an answer to this? Because I know you're one of these guys that gets
Sure.
up and just.
What drives me to be better? What drives me better is one, my family. My family drives me probably the most out of anything else that I can think of. And it's because I want them to have everything and I want them to have a good life. So I need to be better to do that. I guess it's a flip side of the coin because I want to be better myself. I think this is something that's been ingrained in me or been wired in me where I've always want to just continually keep going up that mountain, right? And there's no top. I think there's a top. I hopefully will get to the top, but at that point, just keep working my way up that mountain. So
Would you still
whether
work,
it's
before you go on, would you still work as hard as you do, knowing that you may never reach the top?
yes,
Is this okay, Jeff?
Could-
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm just curious on that because I know that that's somebody, you know, it's here I am. I want to get here. But what happens if you know that you will never make it here, but you'll continue in this realm?
How do you know if you never try? How do you know that? Like, how do you know you won't reach that? If we went by that theory, then nobody would reach anything because people would they'd never accomplish it. Like, oh, I can't do it. It's not achievable. Hey, it's not achievable. It's not achievable to have a telephone. It's not achievable to have electricity. It's not achievable any of these different things. I mean, somebody will push and push and push and push. And like we were talking about before, like breaking records. Like records get broken, but at that point, somebody has to achieve that standard for somebody to want to go after it, I guess. So I think that, I think there's people that want to get better and there's people that don't want to get better. And that's a personal choice to a certain extent. But if you want to get better, then you have to start doing the right things. And I know people say fake it to make it, but it's not faking to make it. It's doing the right things consistently over and over and over. And at that point, hopefully you will get the result that you want to get.
I'm with you. I love it. And you guys, if you can, during this discussion, please feel free to tell me what it is for you that gets you up in the morning. And if it is one of those things where you wake up and just go, I do want to get better. The reason why I say this is I understand things get hard. I understand that sometimes your mind plays tricks on you and that voice inside. And a lot of the elites that I talk to talk about the two voices, the one that's talking smack about you, to you, and the one that's always praising you or giving you a good job, the good and bad. And so I think there is some great things about peptides and how you can, enhance your body through Titan Medical that could help you on these aspects, on making you think clear, making sure that goes back to if you have low T, maybe you're not focused and there's a cloudiness to you.
Gotcha. I mean,
yeah. Is there some things that you recommend besides blood work?
For sure.
Blood work first, but then
yes,
even blood work. Let's say the guy, for everybody right now, your blood work is beautiful. Great. John can't, and the experts over there that are talking to you say, you're good. You're good. Now, if you want to do some aminos, peptides, Hercules potion, great. We'll add that in. But what about wanting to be superhuman, another level up? And that is getting the mind to work better. Maybe make body faster.
Sure.
With
So
burning
when
fat.
we talk about getting better, right, even at a mental clarity level, then we want to talk about like maybe Dihexa or we want to talk about NAD. These are two big ones that are out there. And right now we have a package, a limitless package that includes both of these. Now, NAD in itself alone is a game changer. By this, you're talking about protecting your DNA and improving mental clarity and protecting your brain from like neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia, and repairing on the cellular level. NAD alone can get you better mentally wise, right? And there's different aspects of people's body where they want to get better. So I understand that too. It might not just be mental clarity. And if we're just talking about mental clarity, and Dihexa is another one that you can mix with it for short-term memory, long-term memory, all the way around. Dihexa is a capsule that you would take 2 times a week, where NAD is an injection you can take. And there's a couple different dosing protocols that people can go by. And that's what you'd meet with our medical provider for, to get a personalized recommendation what would be best for you. But, when we talk about being better all the way around, even physically, right? Physically, mentally, sexually, at that point, with the blood test, obviously that's one thing, but really diving down deep and to see what's going on. And as you get older, we know hormones are going to go deficient or start declining. So we really want to look at those too as well. But there's other aspects of the body that you might want to look at too. So it really just depends on you as the person, and kind of what's going on and kind of what you want to keep doing.
Okay.
Right. I mean, that's
I'm
what
gonna-
it's about.
I'm going to be selfish because I have you online right now. And Jeff, I want you to make sure and make note of this time stamp is I have 3 weeks until I start this next project. So I'd like to be selfish and ask John
Sure.
recommendation. Can I do, as I'm getting ready for this project, can I do NAD, and what can I do to optimize it for a short period of time? Like let's really bump that. So I'm understanding the scenes, I'm understanding the dialogue, I'm understanding everything, but not just the mind. What can I do with maybe Tessamamorelin to bump my IGF numbers
Sure.
and get me even leaner?
Sure.
AOD.
Yep.
What can Mike do right now for the next
Yep.
3 to 4 weeks to really enhance so I'm on point?
Okay. So mentally, obviously, NAD and dihexa, like I just said, that limitless combination is probably going to be best for memory, memorizing scenes, be able to retain the scenes and the words that you're going to need. The next thing is dialing in the body too as well, because listen, there's long days on the shoot. I know you go the extra mile on these shoots too as well. So I want to make sure you're tip top. Plus, obviously, your physique want to make sure is tip top. So energy levels, not fatiguing out, and making sure the body is tip top. So obviously, Tessamorelin is going to be a great one. Tessamorelin is going to bump IGF-1 levels, help for recovery, should give you some extra energy, and the anti-aging effect too as well. So that's going to be a big one. Plus, it attacks visceral belly fat, so it's hitting the stomach as well, which you might not need that much of, but it will help in that area. And then AOD, you can mix along with it. You could stack along with it for more of an expedited result. And that's just going to help utilize the fat that's in your body, burn as energy, and utilize the food and not store it as fat. So that's going to be a big one. And listen, if you really need another bump right there, you can do an ECA Stack Plus. I think it'd be good for mental clarity. I think it'd be good for energy on the set, no crash. And if you wanted to, you could probably possibly take a second one if it's a long day on the set. Totally up to you. That's totally on the user as far as that goes and how you're feeling. It's not
Are
necessarily
any of these for the short period of time something I could do twice a day?
Of course. So obviously, listen, NAD you could probably take twice a day at the daily dose. I don't think you'd need it, but you could. Now, Tessamorelin you could take twice a day if you really wanted to. I don't think that's going to be a really big determiner. A big determiner in what you're doing, but I think maybe the ECA maybe twice a day could work a little bit better as far as you having constant energy all throughout the day and really being like in it, alert. And I think it will help with mental clarity too as well. It'll go right along with the dihexa, which you only have to take 2 times a week, even for maintenance dose. And that's it. Yeah, I think that. I mean, AOD you could take 2 times a day if you really wanted to. Like I said, the dose you're taking is a pretty good dose, but you could split it up or do double the dose.
And just for anybody that's listening, my belief is obviously this is me asking for me. What can Mike O'Hearn do to do this? But this is for you guys out there that are that 1%ers, those guys that are out there just going, I want to take it up a notch. What can I do that's healthy and still okay for a short period of time? And if finances help, are good in that sense, then that's my recommendation. That's the reason I wanted to ask. So what can Mike do for this situation? And for you guys out there that are kind of following me and want to push it to that level too, it's great for a short period of time. Again, everything's obviously if you can financially do it, but these are some great ones that he talks about. So it's my mind's working better. I'm really focused on which is great. Because these roles that I do is not just a mental approach in what I'm doing, but it's a visual thing, guys. I got to be next to nothing on these things. So I'm trying to make it to very best. And then obviously after the movie's done, I can back it down to a basic amount. But for me, I'm not going to walk away from this completely. I'm just going to go a little bit more high level for a period of time to be the very best I can for this
Right.
project. So
Right.
hopefully that helps some of you guys asking a question like, what does Mike do? So this is what Mike does, just for you guys out there. What Mike's going to do. So I'm taking notes for myself. Sorry about being a hog of John's time right now, but I
think it's great. I think it helps
have
people
to
out a
do this
lot.
too, guys. So I got him on the phone. I'm taking advantage of that situation. For you guys though,
Absolutely.
if you want to take advantage of it, I'd give a call over to Titan Medical, and everything you talked about
Yes.
today is just second level.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy. We got some new different things coming out too as well. So we're working on Aphrodite serum. So we're gonna have our first facial line that's gonna come out. That's gonna be prescribed only, so you can't get it over the counter. You can't get it without a prescription. So at that point, it's gonna be a prescription.
So that's the
Skincare.
realm of like a night
Skincare.
cream, day
It's gonna be a
cream.
day cream.
It's going to be a
It's
day cream.
Yeah.
Okay.
So test on the providers, which are both females, the APRNs are anyway. And they really, really like it. And it's got some really, really great components in it, like NAD or GKCUs in it too as well, vitamin C and some others that I think people are going to really, really like and be able to take a lot of benefit from, males and females. So it's not just made for females, not just made for males. So at that point, both males and females can take advantage of it. It smells really good. Goes down really, really nice. So I'm really happy because we've been trying to get at one of these like prescribed, skincare lines for a while, and we just had a pushing force. We're like, all right, we're gonna do this. So let's rock and roll for the first of the year. So we're getting it all together now. So as soon as I get it, I'll get you out something. You can tell me what you think about it, Mike.
I love it. I love it. I don't know if you guys know, I get a lot of questions about skincare and stuff. And I keep going back to the point of, please, this is again, for you youngsters, start it young, protecting your skin and taking care of your skin.
Yeah.
So this is great that you're doing this. And then you can always be better if you start, right?
Absolutely.
So no matter what
you
age
want to take care of anything.
take care of it. Jeffrey, why are you blocking people? Can you let us know what's going on over here? What are we running into?
Who's messing with us on there?
You got to love it when they do this kind of stuff. Do you think
Right.
Do you
think I should take TRT if my testosterone is 200? If your testosterone is 200,
if my testosterone, wow, why is that? Johnny, go.
So at that point, listen, if it's from a LabCorp range and your testosterone's at 200 is your total, we're 216 and 964, 264 and 916 is the average. You're going to be, clinically deficient. So I would definitely look at possibly taking testosterone. There's no other health issues that are going on that I think that you're going to benefit tremendously from taking testosterone to raise your levels. And I wouldn't just raise them to like 400 or 500. I'd raise them up to at least 800 or 900. If you got to take injections or take medications and you want it to be an optimal level, right? I mean, why take it if you're only going to get half the result that you possibly could? You can feel really good. You can live at a normal, healthy testosterone level by doing that too as well. And you're talking about all the other health aspects that go along with a good testosterone level instead of a negative testosterone level or a low or clinically deficient
We
level.
were talking about that earlier. Just
Yeah.
It could be one of those things that's really playing with his mind. Will you let us know, OP, other people's property? Hey, will you let us know? You see what I did there?
I like
Went a
it.
little old school.
That's right.
OP, will you let us know how your temperament is and your energy is, how you're feeling and stuff like that? Because 200 is really, really low.
200 is low. 200 is low. And like I said,
Your
there's
age,
depression, you feel fatigued, your libido sucks, mental concentration sucks, body's not responding or just looking worse and worse and worse as you go. I mean, there's a lot of different things that attribute to low testosterone on the flags that you guys can see every day that you may be covering up or masking with other things that you're doing, aka drinking a pot of coffee or drinking 6 or 7 energy drinks per day. Like I see it like every single day from people. It's just crazy. I'm like, man. And like, I guess even before me, man, I was like, Drew sent me this picture the other day. And it was like right when I started working on Titan, like the concept and theme of it. So it was like 13 years ago, and I wasn't in the best shape that I was now. I look a lot better now. So at that point, like he sent it to me, he's like, "Man, it's just crazy." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "But this was the mindset that got me to where I wanted to go." So yeah, you got to be in that mindset too as well. 48 years old, been on TRT from doctors for a couple of years. They're asking to move from intramuscular into fat, saying studies now prove it stays leveled longer. Thoughts, Big Mike fan. All right. So here's and man, this guy gave $10. So I'm going to give you the real deal behind the scenes of what's going on in this mysterious world of why they would say that you're supposed to take an intramuscular testosterone injection and then do it subcutaneously in the fat. So there is a study out there. There might be a couple, but I know one study that says that it might keep your levels more leveled off. But what were they comparing that study to? And that's what you got to look at in the study. Were they comparing it to one person that would take it one time a week? Yes, that's what they were taking. So at that point, yes, we know that if you take it one time a week, you're going to go down like this until you can take your next shot and then go back up. We know if you take it subcutaneously, it's still going to get absorbed in the body. But here's the thing, is when you take it subcutaneous, that medication really wasn't made to go subcutaneous. It really wasn't. It's an oil-based medication. So it's supposed to go intramuscular. Now, when you inject it subcutaneous, it will absorb. But here's the things that you might deal with. One, irritation or redness to the skin. You might get a bump underneath there. It might stay there for a little bit. It will absorb and it's not just going to stay there forever. So you're not going to feel a bump. But at that point, it was uncomfortable for me when I did it, Mike, because this has been going on for years. And I remember when somebody
has been going on for years.
People have been playing with this idea for a long time, at least 7 or 8 years. Because I remember like 7 or 8 years ago, somebody told me, I'm like, absolutely not. And then more and more people have been doing this. And there are some doctors out there that's what they're doing as a protocol for their patients. So that's where this guy falls into. But, as far as doing more frequency of injections, that's on you. If you want to do that and you feel comfortable injecting subcutaneously and you feel all right like that, then I'm not going to sit here and say, don't do it. But those medications were made to go intramuscular. And that's how I inject it. And that's how a majority of people inject it out there. And our levels and my level, I know, stays even keel. So at that point, like, you really got to look at it. And I really would like to say, and I know you probably wouldn't go for a blood test as many times, but if you blood test yourself every single day that week, just for free in total, and you were taking, let's say, 3 shots for frequency because you were doing microdosing, and some people do it every day, those levels are going to jump up and go down per day. It just is what it is, because they're gonna release in the ester. It's not like it's micronized. If it was like an oral sublingual or oral troche, as far as that goes, it would instantly be absorbed in the body. Your numbers would instantly spike up and it would start going down. But with this, it's the same thing. The esters are gonna release. It's gonna go a little bit higher, but if you do an intramuscular dose and you do it 2 times a week at least, you're gonna get a good split, and it's gonna stay around the same. Trust me.
There you go.
Sorry.
No, it's great.
I get that one asked a lot, so it's a pretty good one. Good question. I've been taking tirzepatide for 8 weeks and have seen amazing results. Should I stay on it, or should I transition into something else? So this is totally on you. Have you changed your lifestyle? Have you changed your eating habits? That's the first thing I'd ask you, because this should have been a tool to help you really get to that point.
That's a great point.
If you have, right? If you have, then you could go off into something else, maybe AOD or ECAs if you want to try to keeping lean. But listen, if you've done this, then you should be good. If you're worried about it, or you've reached your goal weight, you could do a microdose of these tirzepatide or semaglutide and utilize it. But I always like to tell people, listen, if you can get off and do something else and work on another goal and get there, then do that, right? Don't use it as a crutch.
Yeah, great job on that. I don't know why this is, and please answer us back if you can. I feel like you're motivated now, and you got through 8 weeks, and your body's really changed. And so I feel through your writing here that you're pumped up, and you're like, ooh, I'm moving now. I got that train going, and so the mindset of going, hey, I'm doing pretty good. Let me jump off of this Let me jump on something else, whatever that may be. Stay true to the nutrition and the training that I've been doing. And then if I need to go back on, I can go back on at a later time. That's how I feel that may be what's going on here. Will you let us know though? Because I think that's great that you could do that.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, you could try testosterone for a month or whatever it is. Do something totally different and then go back to it. That will help you still keep going towards the goal. Like we talk about, keep moving, be progressing, in some way aspect, maybe adding a little more muscle mass, right? Which will help burn fat too, as well. So there's a lot of aspects that you can do to keep moving, because now you've hit that goal, you've seen amazing results, and now you want to hit that next goal. So that's what you got to keep doing, is just keep putting goals ahead of yourself that you need to reach. And that's how you keep driving too, as well. If you don't have anything visualized, then where are you going? You have no direction. You have to have some sort of direction of where you're going to go. Pick the place on the map and direct yourself to it and keep going. All right. I'm down 70 pounds over the past 10 months. Get this man a cool
shirt and stuff right now. He's on fire. Cool this man down. Johnny, great job.
Thanks. All right. I'm down 70 pounds over the past 10 months. I started at 350. Now I'm at 279. I've been stuck in this weight for a couple months and haven't changed my diet at 2,400 calories. Any advice to break this? Well, I mean, if you've hit that plateau, you might need to go in more of a deficit of calories. I mean, this is just from what I'm saying, but it's amazing that you've already reached this. I mean, you've already lost quite a bit. I mean, what is that? 71 pounds? He put 70, but that's like 71 pounds. I mean, are you exercising? What are you doing as far as exercise? You're weightlifting. Like, this is weightlifting. Look at your calories. I mean, because 2,400 calories is still a little bit above somebody's maintenance to a certain degree. It depends on the person, I guess. But I mean, you can probably bump down to like 2,200 calories at first, and then bump down to 2,000 calories. I mean, I don't know. Nutrition. I'm not the guru at nutrition, but I know what I do. It works, and I know what I tell people to do works. But at that point, I'm not the end all be all at this.
It sounds, and you guys please correct me if I'm incorrect, it sounds like he's been at that 24 during this period of time that he lost the weight.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you. Obviously, that number for you at the time was a deficit, and it helped you get in shape, plus whatever else you were doing to get there. But always think ahead. Always think ahead. If you have been at that stationary calorie intake, then you're just going to have to drop it or up the exercise outside of that. You're going to have to up the cardio and training, maybe 2 workouts a day, whatever that may be. So I don't know what the other aspect of this. I would do the exercise first before dropping the calories, because you're still a very good sized person. There's some muscle there that we'd love to retain the best we can. So yeah, try to up the outside work if you can. If not, then do both. Upside, get a little bit more work going on the outside and drop the calories some. And again, remember the calories don't go down and stay down. I would also, this is maybe down the road when you really feel comfortable, is to flatline the weight wherever you get to. Let's say you drop another 20 pounds because you dropped the calories a little bit. Why not just hang at that 260, let's say, hypothetically, hold there, and then try to rebuild the calories with good calories and try to maintain that weight. And then do less work on the outside as well. So then what you're doing is you're healing the body in a sense, and you're trying to get that body to work with calories again and less work on the outside. So in 3 months, you can hit it hard again and then drop down to where your ultimate goal is. You could try it.
Plus blood tests, see where your hormones are at, see what's going on there too as well. You could hit a plateau there too as well. That might be another thing or option.
That should always be in there, don't you think, though?
I agree.
Every 3 to 6 months, because he is changing. He's changed a lot. Think about that. In the world that we live in now, mostly in America, great job. I don't know where you live, but in huge. America, I wish I could see more of this. So yeah, great job, regardless of everything, man. Great job.
That's awesome.
Jeffrey, what do you got for him?
All right.
Oh, right.
51 pounds down, wanting to maintain my lean mass and work towards getting back on stage again after 10 years. That is awesome. So 51 pounds down. And she was talking about using the tirzepatide. So this is the same lady. And at that point, with this, I mean, I would definitely look into using like testosterone, like we were talking about. You're talking about retaining lean mass and put it on. That's where it makes any GLP-1 with testosterone. You're going to retain lean muscle mass, hit the targeted belly fat, adipose tissue, and raise IGF-1 levels. So I think that one's a winner all the way around for that.
Can you talk about what tirzepatide is?
Hold on one sec. We will definitely do that, but I don't want nobody to miss the aspect of what she wrote. There is an excitement and a goal set for this this youngster. She was on stage 10 years ago, and she wants to get back to that. And I think just reading these comments, I am correct that this one is motivated, and it goes back full circle to the question earlier today: how do you wake up and want to get better? She's found something that triggered that, and she is in it. So props to you. Can you take a second to talk about Jeffrey was just talking about?
Yeah, what is it? I have no idea. What is
Tirzepatide? So what is tirzepatide? So tirzepatide is another GLP-1 categorized medication. It actually has two main components. It has GLP-1 and it has GIP. So at that point, what does it do? So tirzepatide is the big bad brother of semaglutide. So Ozempic, you may have heard of. Well, this is Mounjaro, right? Commercial brand. That's the active ingredient. And at that point, it's going to target two different places in the brain to help you. One, curb your appetite. Two, slow down digestion. And three, it's going to help. Basically make sure that your glucose levels do not go unchecked. So hemoglobin A1C is basically going to be a lot better for that. And what does that do? That knocks out cellular deterioration. It slows it down, because when you have glucose in the bloodstream, it starts breaking down a lot of different things, and cells especially. So at that point, you definitely don't want a lot of glucose in there. That's a big thing for it. But it helps people curb their appetite. I think that's one of the biggest things that it does for a lot of people out there that have problems.
Real quick, Jeffrey, add that in there.
Yeah. Glucagon-like peptide 1, natural hormone that helps the body regulate blood sugar levels. They're a class of medications utilized to treat type 2 diabetes and obesity.
Yep.
Great. Just for anybody that doesn't know that aspect of it. So
so these drugs were originally type 2 diabetic drugs. So type 2 diabetes was the original thing these things were supposed to be treating. Well, what happened was in the studies, they seen that the amazing weight loss that occurred with the patients. And the average, I think, was like 15% from semaglutide and 17% from tirzepatide, and a little bit higher with retatrutide. And that one's going to be another big game changer that'll be out here in a couple of weeks from us. So at that point, that's going to hit 3 different areas to get you the result of weight loss, curb the appetite with no nausea. Semaglutide, tirzepatide could cause a little nausea for a patient. And by the way, it's only one little injection a week. I talked to somebody the other day.
One a week.
One a week. That's it. Once a week, they do a little subcutaneous injection, and that's it. No pain, virtually painless. That's the legal term that I have to use, but you don't feel a thing. And at that point, you will get the result that you're looking to do.
It's a great one. You guys are doing some great questions today. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah. One guy said, I believe TRTs for guys over 35 is the best. I don't think it really is an age as far as what's the best. I think it really depends on the person and what's going on and where those levels actually are at. Now, I'm definitely not saying it's for an 18 or 19-year-old for sure, or 20-year-old at that. But when we start getting to our mid-20s, you start seeing some of these people that have naturally clinically deficient levels that have never abused any sort of supplement or steroid or anything else, that just naturally have this, and they're asking the question of why. And there's not really a big answer. There's not one concrete answer of why people have low testosterone. at higher levels than we've ever had before, both male and female, by the way. So at that point, it's just crazy things. I mean, you ask all the great doctors out there that are in preventative medicine. And when I go to these conferences or stuff like that, or even when you see some of the big people like we did at Olympia, you can ask them, say, where do you think this all stems from? And some of their answers are the same and some of them are a little bit different. So some people obviously think that one, Western medicine could do it to you, whether it's a antidepressant or some sort of other medication. Two, your food source that you're intaking, who knows? And three, we're talking about endocrine disrupting chemicals that are either in stuff that you rub on your face or clothes that you're wearing. So it's kind of crazy and kind of what
got to that level,
this.
huh?
Yeah. So like when we talk about that, I mean, look this up because this is kind of crazy. And I still wear it, and everybody still wears it, and everybody will still keep wearing it. But when you look up EDC, endocrine disrupting chemicals, you can look that they're in every sports clothing that you could possibly think of. Nike, Adidas, everything. And they admit to this too as well. So when you look it up, you can say, are these really in our clothes? And then when you start looking it up, you're like, oh wow, they really are. And they're like, oh, we're gonna start taking this out of the clothing. And the biggest form of clothing that it's in is dry wick clothing. So that's stuff that you don't see sweat through. That's generally why. It's because it's a chemical that's on it that does that. So it's not something I will never change, right? I'm still wearing Nike. I'm still doing this, but I still know in the back of my mind that this could be causing some disruption in my body of some sort. And it does with some people, even lotions that people wipe on their body. And we talk about deodorants and stuff like that too as well. So, it's just something to be more cautious of, I guess. And if you're asking yourself the question of why something's wrong, it could be something that you're doing to yourself that you think is good. So it's just really weird how that works too as well.
Well, here's a funny one, Johnny. Go back to the 70s, 80s. Can you answer that one?
Yeah. Mike, Full House or Wonder Years?
What's your
I'm
take?
more of a Full House kind of guy myself. I like the Wonder Years. Savage is good and all, but I didn't really like Corky too much.
I'm with you. I'm with you, man. Thank you for the question and the donation to the Doggy Fund.
Yeah, right. That's cool. Wow. Okay. So at that point, do you want to talk about the blood work special because it's nationwide for all these guys and girls out there?
Let's go. I'd love for them to hear this.
We talk about blood specials every so once in a while, and now is the time. So we've had this special going on all week, and we're still going to let it go for one more day tomorrow. We were going to only have it for Halloween. We said we might as well finish out the week. So at this point, nationwide, if you want to look at your hormones, if you want to look at your vital organs like your liver, your kidneys, you want to know where your cholesterol is at, or your thyroid, or anything like that, our full in-depth blood panels will cover most of those tests that we just talked about. And at that point, nationwide, you can set it up. For guys, it's only $130. So that's very, very inexpensive, especially for the testing. For girls, it's $200. And the next question I get usually after that is, why is it more expensive than the guys? And there's more tests on the girls' panel than the guys. So at that point, that's why. But nationwide, you guys can set this up. And you guys can see what's really going on inside your body and see if there is anything that maybe needed to get tweaked or fixed or optimized that maybe you didn't think of, or maybe you didn't know, or you didn't really think you had a problem with. And that's one thing that you can check and see just by running a simple blood test that we would do. And this is nationwide. We'd send you in for a lab test nearest to you, closest to you in your zip code, so you guys can get this very simple and easy. And we get the results super quick for you guys, so you guys know what's going on. And you don't even have to do anything. You could just get your results from us. Or if you want to do some treatment with us or therapy, we're there for you too, all the way through and through.
Just jumping back for a second, there was someone on here that went from 350, I think it is, to 279 pounds over the last 10 months, which is great. I mean, just moving in one direction. I'm so in the right direction. Let's say it that way. I'm proud of you guys doing that, because especially here in America, I love that you guys are thinking for yourself and not falling into the typical norm. So that being said, Johnny makes a great point. I gave you a great scenario for you to break through the plateau and keep going. Now, I would say don't listen to me until after the fact of you getting the blood work, because Johnny's 100% correct on this. You could drop that weight, even though, let's say, your T was low and your body's not functioning with you because you just trained so hard, and you also just dropped your calories to an
Right.
extreme deficit. So if that is the case, and then you find out that your blood, your markers are not where they should be, just think about the benefit of that. Johnny gets your blood markers working right for you, your body working well for you. There's a chance that you might have to do, just to stay where you are, half the work, and your
Right.
body's functioning with you again. So this is just a very important topic for all of you. Even though you may be moving in the right direction, is the body working at the best you can? Let's say 100%, in a perfect world.
Mhm.
But try to get it as close as you can to working correctly as you're going to go outside and put all that work in. Like I said, I know a lot of you train so hard and you work so hard. Just make sure the body's set up perfect. And again,
Mhm.
we've talked about this. It takes me 30 minutes to go over, get the blood work done, get back, and then Johnny calls me within a week to give me the results.
Yep.
So
Really, it's simple
great
and easy
point.
to do.
I got up there on the screen, Jeffrey does, the link
Oh, yeah.
for you guys to go online right now and hit that and get there and get in there.
Yep. Or call or text. How can I not give in to bad foods? Self-control. There are some medications or therapies that we can give you that will hopefully curb those cravings, like tesofensine. That's one of them. Or if you're taking a GLP-1, that would probably crave those or curb those appetites, or those things that you desire so much. But it's not easy. I mean, think about it. I mean, I love donuts. I love milkshakes. Like if I see one, I want one for sure. But I have to have the self-control. I can't have it all the time, even though I want it all the time.
Yeah, that's a great point. Because I would hate to, not everybody thinks the same. Not everybody has that kind of dedication when it comes to eating or discipline. So I think this goes back to the young lady that was talking about how she's getting back to it. She's getting there.
Yep.
She's motivated.
Yep.
Maybe doing something that John just talked about might help you get over that little bit of a hump, that you do have that addiction to food, which trust me, I love my high days. I love them. But I got self-discipline the rest of the month. So if you don't have this, I think, Johnny, can you give us some names again on this?
Yeah, sure. Tesofensine, that's a oral capsule. It's a triple uptake inhibitor. It'll actually curb from salty or sugary things. And that's normally what people go for. They crave sugar at night or carbs at night, and they try to they just go at it. Whether it's a tub of ice cream or a thing of cookies or whatever it may be. That's the biggest one. People get it throughout the day too as well. So, you really got to work with it. Sugar is one of those different things that's super highly addictive in my opinion. And the reason is because if you stay off sugar for almost 2 weeks, you really don't crave it. But when you get back on to sugar, you start craving a lot of it, and you just want more and more and more. It hits those reward receptors in the brain. And at that point, you want to just keep doing it. So, it's something that you really have to have some self-control and work your way out of too as well. I mean, you can always just cancel it out. I would always say, like, eat some sort of healthier snack in that light. Carrot sticks, celery sticks, to like try to get something out of it. I mean, I've been a big fruit guy lately, especially, trying to make sure that
Johnny's coming over to the mic side, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling
going,
you,
baby.
I'm telling you, boy. I'm telling you. So I'm gonna get there. I've been working. Obviously, I've been training almost every day, so that's just been awesome for me. But I've been trying to add fiber to my diet because as I get older, and I know a lot of urologists and colon guys, obviously, because of my dad, and they're like, listen, you better start incorporating fiber right now. Like, that's a big one right now. I was like, all right, so that's what I've been doing. So I've been eating pears and I've been eating apples. Whole apples, whole pears, and that's been my kick. So I like that.
It's the red apple, isn't it?
I eat a green one. I'm more of a green guy.
I'm just wondering. I thought there was one that has much more in it.
I think they're the same. I've looked up the nutrition factors of it. It Look as
I
far as
ain't
that goes.
arguing with you.
No,
I
mean,
I love my
listen,
apples, but I love my peanut butter on my apples.
Yeah, see, even if it was a little bit better, I'd still like the green one better. I just like the taste better. I grew up around apples, obviously a lot. I had horses. You're feeding them apples all the time and carrots. So it is what it is.
I love that. I love that.
Too.
Give us another one, John. What do we got here?
Sure.
Which one do you have?
59. Oh, wait. Okay, you got another one. Can you tell me the best supplement for bulking with lean mass or lean muscle? Jesus. For bulking with lean muscle. So, bulking with lean muscle. I mean, listen, you can do MK677. You can do IGF-1. I think those would be really good ones. Obviously with this, you're going to have to increase your calories for sure. I mean, are you going to go up a little bit at a time or a lot at a time, I guess? Because, I mean, I've been trying to just increase my calories myself just a little bit at a time. So obviously I'm not gaining a whole bunch of bad weight either because, I mean, I don't want to just gain a whole bunch of bad weight to strip a lot of it.
Yeah,
So
you
I've
look
been
the
trying to
same. You look ripped all year. You look like the Captain America all year long. Except you don't need the costume.
I'm taking your example though. So at that point, I mean, listen, this is what it is. But MK677, IGF-1 would probably be really good ones. Testosterone would be a good one to add lean muscle on, help with the bulking stage, and stay lean at the exact same time. I think that's the way to go if you're going to do anything. Obviously, listen, creatine is a great natural supplement that's been highly, highly studied. And obviously, you want to get your protein in and all that good stuff. So, I mean, that's the best thing I could say. Food and some Titan therapies.
Yeah, I'm not adding anything to that. That's great.
All right. 59 years old, 215 pounds, great shape, but my T level is a 350. Doc said I'm fine for my age, but I feel sluggish. A lot of times it's TRT16. So this is the common response from doctors, general practitioners, your family doctor. These guys, that's exactly what they say. They say, Doc, like I ain't feeling so good. My energy's not up. I can't get it like I used to with my wife, and I just don't feel good. And like well, you know what? That's just a part of getting old. Slap you on the back. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, man. I got you covered. Here's some Viagra, some antidepressants. You come and see me in 30 more days. I'll give you a refill. All right. All right, Doc. No problem. I'll just keep drinking these energy drinks and these monsters, and hopefully I stay in shape here. So listen. This can be fixed very easily. And if you're low like this, it's not all about the number. I'm not going to say, it's not about the number. It should correlate with how you feel too. So providers should say, listen, how are you feeling? And then what's your number? And then correlate, all right, well, he's 350. He's 59 years old, but who cares? Any guy at 350 is going to feel like that. But you don't have to feel like that. Your doctor, of course, is going to say you're fine because within the medical community, technically, you are fine. If you're between 264 and 916, you are totally fine. Your testosterone levels are totally fine. There's nothing unnormal about this at all. But do you feel normal? Well, what's normal feel like for you, I guess? That's the other question you're going to ask yourself. But if you are feeling these symptoms, you need to get them taken care of so you don't feel these symptoms. If you're feeling sluggish, your recovery sucks, your body's not responding, maybe it's downstairs, maybe it's mental clarity, maybe it's mental health, then at this point, we really need to get this fixed. If you come to Titan, we'll take care of you. We're nationwide. And we can make sure that we optimize your levels. We're not going to get you all jacked up. We want to make sure that you have a good quality of life. You have good energy. You feel good every single day. You got good confidence about yourself, right? You're sleeping good. Mental clarity is there. And you're just performing like a bull in and outside the bedroom. That is what Titan Medical Center is here to do for you guys and girls.
Great point, Johnny. Great point, because that's who you want to talk to. Just first of all, he's not here because he's the average or that age kind of guy,
right?
And so I could feel the frustration, or I wish you would have pulled out a picture of Clark Bartram or Jack LaLanne. Or Robbie Robinson at that moment, and he says, "Oh, you're fine for what your age is and how society is today," and go, "Oh no, sorry, Doc, I don't believe that. This is how I want to look. I want to look
Right.
like the 1%ers. I want to be like Robbie in 20 years. You know, you're
Right.
59. He's, a good 20 years almost older. Or Clark Bartram is a year, 2 years older than you. We were with Michael Beach, who's 2 years older than you.
Yeah.
So I fully understand your frustration. Talk to somebody that's going to meet you at your level, and that's Titan Medical. And they're going to talk to you
Yeah.
like not a chart, not, hey, good job. You're average.
Yeah.
You're what all those American. No, talk
Who
to somebody
wants
that
to
goes,
feel like that? Even look wise, that's fine. All right, you don't want to look like us, cool. But you want to feel good. Every person that gets up wants to feel good, no matter
this guy
what.
ain't here. This guy ain't here to be average. He's
Hell
not
no,
sitting in
nobody.
here to listen to this to be average. This guy's here because he wants to be a savage.
Yes.
So props to
yes.
you, my brother.
Big shout out. 59 years old, 215. Keep rocking and rolling. A lot of life to live. All right.
Go for it, Jeffrey.
Hey,
Look,
Mike,
another-
what do you think about the wide grip bench press for chest? Some say it doesn't make a difference. What do you think, Mike? Does it make
I
a difference or
don't-
wide?
Wide grip bench press. You mean just bench press, or you're an over
So yeah, so
exaggerated?
instead of like regular, he's talking about wide grip.
I think wide grip's great. But I
Right?
use the wide grip for high necks. I don't do it for bench, technically for the lower chest. I'll use it for the upper chest and go a wider grip. So it's incorporating that. I'm opening up the reason you would go wider in my book is that you're trying to open up the fascia.
Right.
So the muscle's great, but the more you can open the fascia, the more muscle you can fill and keep building and building. So the wider grip would be that aspect of going, I want to get a wider chest. So yeah, I do it, but I'll take it up top. So it's like a double fold. So it's not only just wider, but it's up high. And so I love it. I absolutely love that. Now, if you're going to do the regular wide grip for the lower, that's more of a powerlifting move. And I think, if you're feeling a good stretch on that too, great job. All exercises are good. Just keep that in mind. All exercise, all range of motions are good for you to try.
It's true.
Great question, though.
I like to incorporate some wide.
Johnny, you like wide, extra wide?
I do like wide. I like to mix it in for sure. I think it all has a place, tight grip, mid, and then do some wide or regular and then wide for sure. Absolutely. I've been working a lot with dumbbells lately. I've been, as far as that goes, been really getting my strength up with the dumbbells and being able to control those dumbbells really, really well. So I've been doing pretty good. I mean, I'm in there. I live by myself, so there's nobody that spots me or hangs out with me. So at that point, I'm doing the 100-pound dumbbells right now by myself. There's no problem. So at that point, I just keep working up, trying not to make sure I damage my shoulders. So I've just been working up nice and easy.
Hey, next trip out there, let's make sure that we incorporate in that morning training.
Hell yeah.
Let's get some workouts in. Let's
hell yeah.
Don't bring Drew. Let me feel like I'm jacked.
Yes.
All right. If we bring Drew, then I'm like a CrossFit guy instantly. Drew's the size of you guys seen Drew? This guy is a walking piece of Michelangelo crafted artwork.
He is.
And Johnny's walking around here like the 1%ers, and then you got Drew that walks in and makes me look like I've never done a lifting day in my life. So,
oh man, yeah, he's definitely big son of a bitch for sure. All right, is it okay to work out at home when you can't find the time to go to the gym as often as you like? Absolutely. Come on, anywhere you can get it in. You can go to the park down the street and work out. I mean, that's crazy. Some of these communities got little things in their communities where you can do like pull-ups or dips or whatever it is. That's dope.
We got a great one. Titan's got a park over here, and they've got like these. They're built into the concrete ground.
Yeah,
like a circuit of training, and
that's
it's also a spring for the resistance. And there's like 25 machines, and it's so cool to see because I see a lot of guys that do. It's a park that has a lot of Tai Chi people. And the community has a lot of those kind of people that will do Tai Chi. And so, you get them out there flowing and doing their stuff, but then they move through those exercises. I think it's great.
That is
it's cool to
super cool.
see. It's cool to see.
I'd like to
My-
just go see the Tai Chi, man. That's relaxing in itself.
And
It's
it's
like
one
some
of those
Zen stuff.
exercises that elderly people do, and I think it's beautiful. My dad and mom, as they aged, moved into Tai Chi, and it was just cool to watch go down to the ocean when they would come out to California to see me, and they would both be out there doing their Tai Chi and moving around and stuff. And I was like,
Badass.
that's my poet.
It's like
That's
a
my
movie.
parents. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, work out anywhere. Yeah, working out at home's fine. At least you're doing it. You're getting the movement in there.
Absolutely.
Great job.
Mike, do you think abs need to be trained or is it all diet? Both, I think. I think you need both. I think you need to train. I think you need to eat. You obviously need to get lean to see abs, but abs are a muscle. They need to be worked like anything else. Some people are more genetically gifted with abs, I think, than others. But at that point, the only way you're going to get it is if you work hard for it. Because not that many, there's not a high percentage of people that have six-pack abs. I know he's got them.
Mr. Gingerbread Man.
Gingerbread man. Who are you calling gingerbread man? Who's the fastest guy in town? Come here. Jeff is. Look at this
Get
little
me
guy.
hungry.
Come here, say hi.
Hello, Uncle.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello. Happy Halloween, Titan.
Just came from school, so I just got here.
Oh,
Just
how was
got
school? Everybody
here.
like your costume?
Look at his Halloween outfit.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh!
You're so strong.
Yes, look at that.
You see, Daddy?
Yes,
That you cannot carry me.
I cannot carry you. Sorry, you're too heavy.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Wow. Wow, it's already starting.
I love it. I love it. All right. How not to plateau in strength? I guess give yourself enough time to recover and recover properly. I think if you set yourself up with a good environment there, then I think you'll be good as far as that. And then the way that you lift, I guess.
Yeah, plateauing is going to happen. That's the way life works. You're going to plateau on the nutrition. You got to change it. And you're going to plateau on your lifting. And you just got to change it. Bring in new exercises to push through that period of time. It's a chess match. You really are. And so just try to be ahead of that, knowing that you're going to plateau.
Yep. It's true.
Trick or treat.
Hey, trick or treat. Are we going? Are we going? Give it to
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Give it to him.
I want to see all the candy you get.
Yeah. All of
I
it?
get 900 candy.
Are you going to get 100?
100 candies. Yeah, sugar high.
We're going to have a blast today.
900 candy.
I can't wait.
Good
That's
deal.
awesome.
Good deal.
I got the
He
staff
is
cupcakes today.
cracked out right now.
We did our own little trick or treating here in the office, and I gave everybody Titan therapies.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, plateauing. We all plateau. Just stay ahead of the game. And as soon as you do, you got to change something. That's it.
That's right. Definitely.
At least
been
you
doing
know that you
broke-
plateaued.
How does he know?
No, it's good that he at least knows it. He understands his body well enough to go, okay, it's shut down. This is where I'm at. I'm not changing. That's actually
Well,
it's actually somewhat of an intelligent lifter to go, okay, I've done that. Now I need to move.
Yeah, change it. Absolutely. I mean, get underneath there, and you're like, oh, I can't press this weight. Like, I better rethink this. I've been doing bro splits for 15 years, but I've read some research studies saying a PPL split is better for hypertrophy. What are your thoughts on it? A PPL split. I don't know what a PPL split is.
Jeffrey, what's a PPL split?
Push, pull, legs.
There we go. Old school
Push, pull, leg. Oh,
leg.
okay. That makes sense. I like it.
It makes sense to me, but I don't know what bro science is or bro training. So
What is a bro split? Yeah. A PPL
Sorry, guys.
split for sure. Push, pull, legs. I mean, I think the push, pull, leg thing, I think that one's been proven, right? I've looked at, there's so many studies out there. Like, I mean, really,
push
I get
pull,
down to
yeah,
some-
it's a great one, especially if you're a youngster. That's what I
Yeah.
grew up on, powerlifting.
yeah.
So a nice little push pull legs, but that's not push pull legs. Powerlifting was more Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We'd had them both. So, but yeah, on any program, it doesn't matter that whatever this sister science. What was it called? Beta science. Yeah.
bro.
Oh, BRA science.
BRO,
Ah, man,
bro
sorry.
split.
I'll learn all this lingo. Any program.
TPLs.
Change up any program when it's not working for you.
All right. So this one says, have you ever had a client take about a month off from weightlifting? How would you help them ease back into a routine? I mean, a month's not crazy. I say after 4 weeks, yeah, you can lose some muscle. You might start losing muscle at that point. But I mean, you should really go back into what you kind of were doing, right? I mean, from my aspect, just ease in off the first exercise and kind of go from there and see how you feel.
I'd find out mentally why. I'd like to know why a month off. Was it an injury? Was emotional stuff? Yeah, because I don't want a month off.
Some people get to where they want to go, and then and they stop, and they just stop.
That's a mental thing.
And they go back, and then they get back on it, and they get back to where they were, and then they stop again. I'm like, why not just keep going?
Yeah,
Those are the people I'm like, why?
Ask yourself mentally why you stopped for a month. And for anybody, it doesn't need to be a month. It could be, why'd you stop for a year? Why'd you stop anything? That's find out mentally. That way it doesn't happen again, because weightlifting is something that you're going to do for your whole life. Healthy nutrition is something you're going to try to do for your whole life. So find out those things, handle that mentally, and then getting back into it, like Johnny says, just start back slow. That's the great thing about taking time off. You just start back slow.
Yep. See how you feel. Keep working through it. That's the best. I mean, anytime I've had to take off, like from surgeries or whatever it is, same thing. You have a mental plan of kind of where you want to go back to. If it's a mental thing that you stopped and it wasn't no injury or surgery or anything like that, you just stopped. Why? Did you get burnt out? I mean, what was the game plan here? Were you unmotivated because you weren't getting results, or you got results and you thought you were just going to stay and maintain at those results? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of different things that people could think.
I agree. If it's an injury, if it's something like that, you moved your job and you're just bombarded by life in that extreme sense. Fully understand. Start back slow. Mentally, if you stopped, or if you stop because you're not injured, then find out mentally. That way you can kind of skip that on the next round. Go for it.
Yep. All right. Hey, Mike, do you think deload weeks are necessary? Do you ever take them?
I always take deload weeks, especially if I'm going for PRs after power bodybuilding. You go those 9 weeks, then you always take a deload week. That way you come back the following week and set your PRs.
Gotcha.
That's what a deload week is. Now, you don't need deload weeks if you're just doing basic training and you're going in the gym and you're hitting it, you're bodybuilding or something like that, then most likely you don't need a deload week. That's more based around powerlifting, because of the nervous system is why you're doing it. A lot of people that are just weightlifting or bodybuilding, in a sense, doesn't hit a lot of nervous system unless they're really loading it up.
Makes sense. It's pretty cool. Just learned something there.
Did you though?
Deloaded before.
Did you though? Give Johnny another one here. We'll get you out of here, Johnny.
I'm good. As long as you guys are, I'm good to go. Are there any exercises that improve posture? Absolutely.
Wow.
Back and core exercises improve posture. It's like if you go like this, you're pushing back, right? You're pushing. You want those shoulders back, chest out. I mean, that's how it is. If not, you're scrunched over like this. Exactly. So if you want good posture, definitely start working on your back and your core for sure, 1,000,000%. And if you really want to improve your posture, there's definitely devices out there that you can wear underneath your clothes, and they will straighten your back right out. And the reason I know about some of these devices is because when I broke my clavicle, I had to wear one of these devices because I had to make sure. Now, before that, I was still in military school, so I had great posture no matter what. But at that point, having that little brace on me would bring your shoulders back like this. And man, that was the ultimate. And I see them now. They even got these little devices that will shock you if it feels you're starting to slouch.
Here's some fun stuff. And this is for powerlifters, CrossFitters, bodybuilders. Work from home, doesn't really matter. Learn to pose. Learn to move through poses. I know this sounds silly, but just learning to move through poses and flex the whole body is going to help you with your posture, and it's going to get you in tuned with your body so well, which is really cool, that you'll understand that you're in a meeting, right? And you're sitting there and you're at the desk and you go, oh, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa. And you kind of just sit up a little stronger and stuff. Like, I'll tell you right now, Johnny, you have incredible posture. It doesn't matter when I see this guy. This guy is, and that might be, I don't know if that's just an old school, military school kind of posture thing that is just built in you now.
Yeah.
This guy's he's so,
It is.
just stands like a superhero 24/7.
Yeah.
It looks great.
I
And
do.
it's natural
Yeah.
how you
for
do
sure.
that.
Like, military school, man. Listen, I lived there, breathed there 24/7. So I was always in formation, always marching, and that would be the biggest thing. When you're standing
But
in
that's,
formation,
you're
you just
posing.
have it.
You're posing.
Absolutely.
Because
It is
you
a form
have
of
to
posing,
stand a
absolutely
certain
right.
way. And so you had to get in tune with your body, the proper stance. And so that's the only reason I go back to, I don't care what level of health and fitness you are, learn to understand your body and posing. And the reason why posing is just so you can control your body from the top all the way to your toes. And this will help you understand that posture. And then, like Johnny said, everything else. Johnny killed it on get the ab works in, get the lower back, the glutes, those important muscles that really keep you upright.
It will keep you.
And then always try to hit the shots. Like, there we go. We got another one for you there.
What we got? Holding phones all day can cause hand and wrist problems. Are there any exercises to strengthen this part specifically? So BPC and TB500 will help in some of these issues if you're having wrist or hand problems. But at that point, there are some different things out there. And actually, it's just crazy. So my dad's got a lot of neuropathy from this chemotherapy that he had. That means he can't feel things with his hands. And he's lost feeling all the way down to like in here. It's like him even open bottles and everything like that. Like it's just been a big challenge. So what I've got him is because luckily he's done with his chemo. Everything came back all right in a scan. And tomorrow I get to go see, they're going to do the sigmoidoscopy to see if it's really there, or if it's gone completely. And right now it's showing it's not there. So hope that's the case. But at that point, listen, for that, there's this thing that I got from Amazon, and it's a hand strengthener, and it has a whole bunch of different things. Obviously, it has a little device where you can crunch and get your hand strength like that. It has the finger things where you can kind of separate your fingers and build them like that. And there's also something for the wrist too as well. So yeah, so you can do all this and be good. I mean, that's the only way you're going to really build your wrist up for sure. But more wear and tear on the wrist. I mean, you see.
So that's the one that has like, submit a link, but it has the springs on it for the fingers.
Yeah, so it actually has that, so you can do it like that.
Right.
And then they had the grip one, and then they have like the different set of squish balls that are stronger and lighter, compared to where you're at. So I got him this so I can start building strength, because we had the follow up with the doctor, and obviously the doctor said, hey, listen, everything looks good. Well, before this, like the last couple of weeks before this, my dad has been like, extra, where it's like I'm dying, I'm going to be dead soon. And at that point, I'm like, you're not going to die. Everything's going to be fine. And then when he got the report and everything, he's like, am I going to be able to, because he's been falling over and all kinds of things. And the doctor's like, you can make a full recovery, but it's going to be like anything else. You got to do like some physical therapy to get there. If you got to this point, then you can't just sit there and if you do sit there, it's going to get even worse. And if you start moving, then you're going to start getting better and getting stronger. So, I think it was a mental thing that he had to hear from the doctor that he's going to be okay. And now the last couple of days has been better, right? He's been working out a little bit more, not working out, but working towards getting stronger, which is great, I mean, because listen, my whole life, my dad was like, he was a workout guy. Like he ran a lot, and then he used to train a lot. So, I think it was maybe 10 years ago or something like that. Like he got hurt with his wrist in grease, and then after that, done. So hopefully I'm going to get him back to the gym and get him training himself.
All right, Jeffrey, we got one more to finish this out today. Something good. Thanks, guys, for the questions today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Will sumo deadlifts help me get a better peach than my wife? I don't know if you want a better peach than your wife. Even saying it just like that, I don't know. You know,
I think it will. I think it will.
you think the sumo deadlifts will?
I love sumos. I love sumo. I love also the fact about sumos, which is a great freaking exercise, and especially for athletes. I love the fact that the influencers or Instagram fitness people are like, it's not as important as regular deadlifts. And it's like, wow, that's all right. You're young.
Right.
I think it's a great exercise. And yeah, and if done correctly, crazy glute tie-in, crazy glutes. I don't know why people stop that old school squats get you a great ass. Sumo deadlifts give you a great one. Straight leg deadlifts, those old school exercises.
People want to do the new best thing. Please recommend pink salt or iodized, which is better? Pink?
I think the studies are trying to show that it's the iodine, right?
Is it?
Basically? Yeah. Just the studies. Again, it goes back to the
I don't know.
studies.
I don't use either
Yeah.
salt, so I don't know.
Yeah, for anybody out there, just go read up on salt and what they're trying to get to go. Yeah, great question though. Great question. It's a good one. Those little basic things that you can do that are real simple. So this is something you can maintain, taking care of the salt, the right salt.
All right.
Is one supplement.
I stopped doing lateral raises and focused on strengthening my shoulder press. My shoulders improved a lot. What would you say about that?
I'd say great job. I don't know why you
Sorry,
would have
question.
to stop. Yeah. But great job on the shoulder presses raising, or you enhancing your body by doing that exercise. But I'd still keep the sides in there.
Yeah, I mean, you want to work every angle of the shoulder for sure.
Want to keep that joint. I think I saw one, Jeffrey. Oh, okay. Yeah. Johnny, go for it. We'll finish on this.
If I had to choose a sauna or cold plunge, I'd choose a sauna. I think a sauna has a lot of benefits. A red light sauna, especially, for sure, 90%. I like the cold plunge thing. You know, I know the studies there to a certain extent. I just don't get in the cold plunge as much. I'd rather go in the sauna, I think. That's just me. You know, some people might swear by the cold plunge and do it every single day. And like they do. Like I talk to some of my friends and like, man, that's what it is. Like I do the cold plunge every day. I feel amazing by doing it. I'm like, well, keep doing that. So I guess whatever makes you helps you feel better. I know some people will obviously take advantage of both of them. And I think that's the most optimal thing you could possibly do is take charge of the sauna and the cold plunge and use them for both their benefits. But if I had to choose one, I'd choose a sauna. That's just me. I'm old school. Sauna's where it's at.
Yeah, I like the sauna, so I would choose the sauna for me. I like both, but yeah, I'll be more consistent in using the sauna. I think it helps for me.
Yeah.
More aspects. The idea of doing it at a certain amount of time will help the IGF, relaxation, skin. So there's a lot of factors too. But I also understand the cold plunge. Both are great, but this isn't a question for us. This is a question for you. Is what would you stay more consistent with, and what would you do? You know.
Yep.
These kind of questions on choose one or the other. Do them both, or whatever one you can do.
Yeah, this one I think you get benefits from both for sure. All right, last one.
Yeah. What do you see, Johnny?
It says, I'm 44, lazy, and gaining weight. How can I stop gaining weight while still being lazy?
Johnny, go for it.
Okay, you can take a GLP-1, but at that point, that's gonna be a crutch, and that's probably not gonna be anything good for your lifestyle.
Yeah. John Paul, I wish you the best, buddy. It will leave you there. Johnny helped you out there. Hopefully, Johnny gave you some good advice. Yeah.
Oh my God!
You really want to finish on that one?
No, let's finish on
another
lazy. You got one?
Jeffrey's my eyes and ears on this stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Jeffrey.
Mike, who are your biggest
Oh,
role
what
models?
about this one?
Hey, oh my God.
Come
Hey,
on.
Mike, can I have your dealer's number? I'm trying to get on gear 2. Oh,
There you go.
Type Medical Center can help you out with a little bit. There you go. 727-389-3220. Let's go, Michael. Come on. You sound like you have low testosterone. You need to get it checked immediately.
Well, you know he's already a beta. You know that.
Yeah.
He's a
yeah,
low
yeah.
T.
Yeah.
He's over there crying online.
Oh man. Well, Mike, who are your biggest role models in life? That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I got
It's a tough
such a different people for different things. You know, different people for different things.
Yeah, is it like growing up? Is it like to a certain
Yeah, like
extent,
when I was growing up, it was my dad and Arnold
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Zane and Robbie.
Yeah.
And still Robbie's like, I was on set with Lou Ferrigno the other day, and I'm sitting there going, it's cool because he was my training partner for a decade, for over a
Wow.
decade. And he moved further up north, so he doesn't come to Golds anymore. But it was nice to be back on, something with him. But it's a roundabout story. Is just, I grew up to him, the Incredible Hulk in '77. Then I got to train with him for a decade and stuff, and now we're on the same movie together. So life's amazing how it works. But yeah, I got a lot of role models, a lot of different things.
Yeah,
doing a lot of different things. So that's lucky to have that, and lucky to have different people for different aspects. Johnny's a role model. The way this man just does not. I keep trying to wake up before he gets up, and that just does not happen.
you do though.
You
You do technically. At your time, you get up pretty early. You're just 3 hours behind me. That's what it is. So when I'm texting you at 5:45 or 6 or whatever it is, at that point, it's still 3 something your time.
Yeah,
Or
but I
2
wake
something.
up in the real world. I wake up after you, and I go to bed before you. So you're a different level, my friend.
I do stay up a little later. Just doing what I
saw
gotta do,
something
man.
the other day that it just I think we talked about it a little bit, but it was about the clock. The clock is our enemy to both aspects of people.
Yeah.
To you, who's a worker, the clock is how much work I can get done from here to here. How much can I do? How much can I do? And so you're fighting against the clock compared to the individual that is governed by the clock, in the sense of they're both governed, but the individual is, I have to show up here and I want to leave by this time, and is always thinking about, I want to be done, I want to get out. And so it's the two mindsets. I know it's an off the wall question, but I just want to finish with somebody out there. Did we get any responses back about what? Yeah, can you give me a couple? Because John kind of answered this, and
About the
how do you get up and want to be better every day?
Oh
like
yeah.
kids, relationships.
So kids, relationship, family,
Yeah.
Fear.
fear. Ooh, I like that
Fear's
one.
another one.
I like that.
That drives me too. Fear's another one. I always told Sharice something like that. Like my biggest fear is being broke on the street, being up on the street.
See,
never
I
let
know
that
your
happen,
backstory.
ever.
So
Yeah,
I know
I'll never let that happen.
where you were and where you are and your work drive to that.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
definitely. I mean, that's
So that was kind
definitely
of-
a big driving factor.
A lot of the stuff.
Fear. Responsibility of taking care of my family.
That's a big one.
That's a great one.
That's a good one. Guys to say that at that point, like those are
Time
respectable guys that
and
care about their
skill.
families. Yeah.
My relationships, my kids. Okay. I should have asked it. I know the question was the way it was. I should have asked what inside of you. I don't know. I guess that is still inside of you. My answer to it is we got one life. Why wouldn't you want to wake up and just crush it?
It's true. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to wait your whole life to do something, or you won't do anything.
We're given this, man. We're given this incredible opportunity to go make our best, right? I love it.
Man.
Yeah. So thank you, Hammer. Is that what it is? Thank you for that question, and we'll probably put that bad boy up there because I'm just curious about what society, what gets them up in the morning, what gets them rocking and rolling.
I really want to know.
Yeah.
'Cause some people,
Fear was
you know, you would think a lot of people, money would be motivating. Some people, money doesn't motivate at all. You know, and then some people, you know, you think that love motivates, and some people, they don't care about that at all either. It's just, it's weird. Everybody's different to a certain aspect, and you got to find what really does drive somebody. It's the exact same thing, I guess, in like any job or anything else too, as well, where like you have to find out like your employees per se, like, hey, listen, like what really drives them?
What motivates
incentivizes
them?
them to do better, right? Is it a pat on the back? Is it, you know, a bonus money, or is it something else? And people have,
Like that one.
you know,
I like this, guys.
yeah. If you aren't getting better, you're not living. If you're not living, you're dying. Well, that's true. That's my statement, man. If you stay stagnant, you're dying. You can't stay the same. Got to keep moving and improving.
Let's double buy out of this bad boy.
Let's do it.
Ooh, Storm Shadow, thank you for hanging out today. Go enjoy the day, and then also give Peter my best, man. He's
I
crushing
will.
this.
He's been kicking ass on that mound, man.
Love it. I love it, man. Scouts are
Well,
going to be
guys,
coming.
hey, go have a great time trick or treating with Titan too. I'm sure all
Absolutely.
the other kids are gonna be like, "Who's your superhero family?" You guys should have dressed as the Incredibles.
Yeah, we did the Homelander because it's father son, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the other one. You guys
It's-
got plenty of years to do something like that. Don't worry. You guys won't run out of costumes, I promise.
all right, brother. Thank you for hanging today, man. Thanks for moving
Thanks,
the date
guys.
through.
Of course, man. Hey, big movie. Got to make sure that that's all right first too, as well.
Keep
Anyway,
pushing.
I'll-
All right,
I'll
kiddo.
talk to you guys later.
Bye, buddy.
Bye bye.